I get a mic check, please?
Got you loud and clear.
Thank you.
I wanna know who you
Drivers
really
are allowed to enter the Discord channels to keep content iRacing clear.
Who you really are, baby, coming to the light. I wanna know you. I wanna know you. I wanna know you. I wanna know who you really are, what you dream about at night. I wanna know who you really are, baby, coming to the light. I wanna know you. I wanna know you. When we go for a ride together, we go 100 with the top down. Nothing can phase us ever. The sky racing by above our heads. We couldn't see the detour up ahead. Those Hollywood lights, they can leave you blind forever. I couldn't see it. I couldn't see it all the time. I couldn't see it. I was too blind to see the sign. Oh, I wish I was too blind. What could it be that you and I were never meant to reach the horizon? 'Cause in the blink of an eye, you took my soul by surprise. And I can't help but feel that this was oh so real. And I wish I saw the writing on the wall.
welcome everyone here today as we are live here from Sonoma, and this is the GT World Challenge brought to you by the Blackout Racing Network. And I tell you what, I'm super excited to call this thing, as we're trying to bring out a new type deal here. Currently on track, we got Alex Kublis, Zachary Bash, Randy Axner, and Abram Campos out there taking the field. Now, we are expecting to see more drivers here, but right now, let's go talk to our main guy and see, because we are bringing in another co-announcer. This is his first time on here. Well, let's bring him on up. His name is Jamie Pugh. Let's see how he's feeling here. Jamie Pugh.
Brandon Smith.
Making your debut run to co-commentary. Hopefully the fans don't mind your voice too much, as I got to listen to it all the time, so you guys would find in the stands. But here tonight, today I should say, because not an ordinary broadcast day, it's the GT4s. You know, I know you follow some of this stuff. How's it feel to finally see these on the stream?
Well, it's interesting. I mean, you know, we see a lot of different classes of cars raced, right? And, you know, from what I've seen so far, there's very beautiful race cars. They're getting around this racetrack smoothly, much better than I anticipated. And I think it's going to be a pretty good show.
Yeah, you know, we got a driver from Mexico. His name is Abram Campos. I'm really interested to see what he can do, because down in Mexico, I happen to know road racing is like a way of life for some of those guys. So it's going to be interesting to see what he can do, especially considering we have seen a couple drivers from that part of the world that have done really well.
Yeah, I mean, you think with the guys with the most road experience are going to excel. I mean, Sonoma is a technical road course, but it's not too crazy. So, you know, you're going to get a mixed bag of things, and I think that's what's going to be the most exciting part of it.
You've seen these things where they brought NASCAR here, you know, and different variations of it. The GT4 has less downforce than essentially the GT3s that are coming up right after the stream, everybody. But essentially, it's kind of a level playing field for everyone because the cars are so close to one another.
Yeah, I mean, looking at lap times, you know, everybody's relatively close to each other, so, you know, everybody's on the same page. It's just about, you know, where your brake points are, how you get in the corner, off the corner, and that's where a lot of the fun's going to be, especially in those big brake zones.
Sonoma has a few they got to watch out for, such as the sharp hairpin going into getting ready to go to the checkered flag.
Yeah, you know, even in the NASCAR side of things, I call that calamity corner, because, I mean, you're coming in there at such a high rate of speed, then you got to get that thing slowed down, pointed, and get that thing 180 degrees up off the corner.
You're picking it up, and, you know, NASCAR's, of course, obviously designed a little different because of the way they shift them and everything else. These guys use more of a paddle shift on some of them versus the conventional sequential shifter or the even straight up 6-speed shifter anymore. But which car is going to have the advantage? Are you looking to see advantage out of the mid-range engine, or are you looking to see it out of the front end?
You know, obviously this is my first time, you know, seeing these cars and, you know, seeing how they race. I'm going to keep it open-minded. Anybody has a shot, I believe, and it's going to come down to skill, not so much manufacture.
Well, you still have a difference in the mid-range versus the front end. I mean, front end essentially got all the weight on the front, allowing it to turn a little easier, but you have very loose back end. Mid-range, of course, you got the engine is in the rear, throwing the weight to the rear, making the front end a little bit lighter, but not. I feel like the mid-range is going to be a little bit more balanced on the turns.
Yeah, you're probably right there. You know, comfortability wise, yeah, I could see that. But you know, it's like the way these guys are getting around here. It's it's very close, competitive, and everybody looks pretty stable. I haven't seen very many guys go off track.
Yeah, so you know what we're gonna do, some of these fans might not have expected me to do. I did bring it today, Jamie. Guess what I brought?
You brought the hauler, and you're going to unload your car, aren't you?
Oh, it's the McLaren 570 Blackout Motorsports one. I borrowed it from him. I got a close friend.
Oh, all right. Well, we'll pay that bill later.
So we're gonna take it out here. I gotta make sure I got my pillow off my pedals here. There we go. And probably that. Oh my! It actually unplugged something. There we go. It should have something there now. Yep, I got something. Okay, I still got functioning wheels and pedals. We're good to go. I hope I'm clear. So it is a little bit loose, a little bit wild coming off of that one. So then you got this uphill. Uphill, you're gonna want to be very smooth on it. Probably more than I am, at least right now. You can just kind of see how this thing is getting really technical, even for me. I'm not so much used to Sonoma. I don't think I've actually ran it all season long. Especially this layout.
We're going to use the long course here to go over the drag strip, I see.
Yes. It's the sports car. I don't think I'm doing too bad, actually, surprisingly enough. There we go. So this section here gets really kind of like watch your P's and Q's in it, because it'll eat alive in that chicane if you are not careful. Just got to roll through this hairpin here. You roll it. And you are just flat out right here. Remain flat out. There we go. I think I nailed it. Of course, the GT4 drivers who are out there right now are doing a heck of a lot better than I am, I'm sure. I think I can actually record my time too. Oh dear. Jesus, take the wheel.
Careful now, don't hurt your wrist.
Oh, don't worry, I let go. As soon as I know what's going off, I let go. So that's kind of a basic rundown. You see, you miss that brake point, you try to get too comfortable, you are going to bite the dust, as what we just witnessed with the McLaren, which I will have to file an insurance claim later on. Nobody's really in the chat either. I'm kind of disappointed. Let's go ahead and just kind of let these guys know. Hey guys, we are live right now. If any of you feel like jumping into a Discord channel, it does not matter which one, as I know we got a small field. You can jump in there, you can get a driver interview or whatever. As these guys are just, it looks like these guys are 100% focused right now. I'm kind of impressed with how focused these guys are coming into this. And of course, We're going to still count the race for points, as all points do matter at this with what these guys are hoping to do. Might get a little bit boring at times, but we can pull a comp caution at any time. It is a 1 hour race here today. And Jamie, you took all the banana peels off the track this time, right?
For today, yes. Yes, I did.
All right. Well, it looks like we got Abram Campos here. Let's hear from him. Campos.
Hey, what's going on, man?
What is going on? It looks like you got the Mustang out there here, a little GT4 action. How do you feel about coming into the World Challenge for the first time? Because I know this is a big thing on amongst actual in real life too.
Honestly, very nervous. This track, I haven't really practiced this layout very much. I have been trying to put in as much practice as I can this past week and taking days off when I feel like I'm getting overwhelmed. So very nervous right now. My goal right now is just to finish the race regardless of where I place.
So just put in a good solid run. That's what most of us do. I think Jamie can tell you that much. Jamie's got quite a bit of racing experience. What's your goal in races like this? Jamie? All right, well, glad to have you up here. He's a little bit silent. I guess he's a little bit shy, but no, we'll get back out of here. Good luck here today, and thank you for coming on up here. I'll be conducting a driver meeting here in about, say, the next 15 minutes.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, thank you. So Campos is up there. We got Axner goes around. Let's go. Let's see what happened to him. I can just actually rewind that pretty easy. I think he might have lost it a little bit, but we'll find out here. He is in the McLaren, of course. Looks like he might have just came. Oh yeah, just came around, and that's where he want to just be kind of watchful. See drivers just kind of watch where it is and everything else. So he did a great job of just getting it back on track there. There you see the Blackout McLaren right there. That's the one I was running. See Alex, of course, in the Mercedes. Zachary's in the Porsche. Randy's in the McLaren, and looks like Campos is in the Mustang. Jamie, you got your ears on, buddy? Still?
Yeah, I'm back.
Yeah. So you see the Mustang out there. You see cars now starting to get loose. You know, what could attribute to some of that?
Tires are starting to wear as, guys put more laps on the track. I believe it's pretty hot and slick outside at Sonoma, so that could be a good contributor to it as well.
Yes. Well, we'll know more. Let's go look at the race info. We'll see what we're cooking in the kitchen here at Blackout. Here at Sonoma, this is week 1 of the Blackout GT World Challenge GT4s here at Sonoma Raceway. This 2.5 mile circuit is 115 degrees and cooking and booking, located out in Sonoma, California, I believe. It is partly cloudy and 73 degrees. So, I mean, yeah, weather could attribute to some of this stuff. But I did manage to put a lap in. If anyone's wondering, that lap did not count. So it never even I don't even get scored. Ain't that wonderful? Hey, Jamie, we're going to talk to the stewards about that.
Yep, that's on me. I forgot to put the transponder on your car. Whoops.
Oh, well, my bad. But right now seems as good as time as any. So please rise for the playing of our national anthem this time, as we're going to go live with the with the Star Spangled Banner done by the USC Trojan Marching Band. Play ball! That was the correct sport, right, Jamie?
Yes, and that is the best saying to kick this off.
Yes, it is. As we're watching quite a bit go on right now, as this one is going to be pretty interesting to see what these guys can do. Really, we watched Campos out there. He said he was just trying to learn these cars, just hoping to finish. You can see it now with that Mustang, as he is currently kind of struggling to keep it under control. As we were watching some of these guys go in there, there is a couple drivers I expected to see here tonight or today, but I guess not, as maybe they were a little bit busy or something. But you know what? The show must go on. As everybody knows, these guys came here for a show here tonight to see who's going to be top dog here at Sonoma. So I fully expect some of these guys to actually put up a show. I want to see what the Porsches do. I'm really anxious to see what this Mercedes can do. So, Jamie, judging off what you're seeing so far, what driver is catching your eye early on?
I think it's going to be more of Bash or Kulubis. I can't pronounce his name.
Kubas.
But I mean, those guys right there. I mean, they are just getting after it. They're all over the curbs and the brake zones. The car looks smooth, straight, pointed. That's going to be huge here, especially with how hot and slick the racetrack is.
Yes. Our basis for what we base it on is a lot of the NASCAR stuff, I guess. With the NASCARs, what is a hot track? What's the better option? Do you try to trail brake a little to turn? Do you let it roll?
Well, on the NASCAR side of things, when it's this hot, I try to keep the car rolling. You don't want to give it too much throttle, too much gas on the entry to the corner, because then, they notoriously snap and spin out, right? With these cars, I'm new to this kind of thing, but, I would be conservative getting into the corner just to try and keep the car underneath.
Or at least until you learn what the car can and can't do. Kind of like inching your way into the danger zone rather than trying to send that puppy in there full throttle to the danger zone.
Well, right, and I think you're going to see that with, I mean, some of the guys in the back, like Campos and stuff like that. As each lap they run, you know, they're going to inch their way closer and find where the edge is and see how far they can go before, you know, they maybe spin out, and then, you know, then they'll know. But they don't know until they do it, right? So they just have to keep working their way up closer and closer to that point.
All right, man. I think we're almost to that. No, we still got about 20 minutes left to practice here. So I'm going to take a brief commercial break from Blackout Racing Network. And we're just going to kick on the tunes and let these guys zoom. You see how I put that together, right?
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
All right, man. I'll be back after this brief commercial break.
I'm walking around in the circle of life, doing the things I know, walking the same ways 100 times with the same soul. But do you ever try path on the right side, put it up in your mind? But do you ever try path on the left side, put it up in your mind? It's gonna be hard. You got try, roll your mind. You got right, roll your mind. You got try, roll your mind. You got try, roll your mind. Seeing all the water rain fill your eyes, doing the things they know, talking about the same old stories they've heard about the people they think they know. But do you ever try path on the right side, put it up on your mind? But do you ever try path on the left side, put it up on your mind? It's gonna be hard. You got try, roll your mind. You got try, roll your mind. You got try, roll your mind. You got
Why didn't I know from the very start? Oh, you left me here just to fall apart. If I wrote you a letter, would I have a chance?
All right, we are back live once again, and I tell you what, this is starting to be interesting to see what drivers manage to get this baseline set to work. On iRacing, obviously, they set up the setups, and Jamie, I can tell you those setups are not always the best. As I'm
No,
sure you know.
sometimes they're not, but it's how you manage that is what's going to separate the men from the boys.
Yeah, or who gets a championship out of it at the end of the season. That's the one thing I like about the GT4s. When they hit the pit, they actually have all their lights light up. see a few of the drivers just kind of getting settled in down here. Of course, we cannot advance the session as we're still waiting to see what other drivers manage to make it here. Give them at least a shot, as they might not have caught on or anything. So these drivers are definitely going to be figuring out what they need to do. They're probably thinking about each other, going through their setups, going through the brake bias, because you can make a few slight adjustments to make it more comfortable. Jamie might even know about that one. How would drivers go ahead and fix some stuff before the race?
Well, I'm not too sure with the road course side of things, but I know with like some of the fixed setups with like NASCAR that I'm used to, you know, you can change your steering offset, your steering pinion. You know, that gives you a little bit different feel in the wheel. Your brake bias, you can set it more forward, more backwards, you know, just depending on how you want to get into the corner.
Yeah, and as most people will tell you, that brake bias actually really, truly does make it a little bit more forgiving. Me personally, I don't really set it too much off the normal.
Well, I would think with road course racing, you kind of want to keep it a little bit more neutral than you would setting it more forward or backwards.
Wow, this is the first time I've ever had a stream get protested. Dark Wolf, I mean, we're doing our best here, man. Come on. How about you come and race? Or at least sign up. But no, these guys are getting in here. I mean, early on, you're starting to see everybody's around the same lap time, which is great. You're seeing 1:45.4 from the leader, 1:46.78 from the guy at the back. That Brandon Smith guy, what a joke. He can't even post a time. He doesn't even know how to drive. So that guy we're just not going to talk about here tonight. Or today, I should say. Man, my time zones are so screwed up. As not used to broadcast at this time of the day, or on a Saturday for that matter. But Alex and Zach are at the front. I've got a feeling they're playing with that brake bias to make it turn a little bit better. What are you banking on? What are you banking on them adjusting?
I could see them changing the steering offset, the steering pinion just slightly, just to give that little bit different feel into the corner. That way the wheel isn't so rigid.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's not a steering pinion in here, these as far as I know. Oh, looks like we got another guy. Let's bring up Zachary Bash here while we got a little bit of time. Zach Attack, how you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm doing fabulous, guys.
So we're here. You got the Porsche out there. It's looking great. How are you feeling tonight? Because it's already looking like you're starting to establish a decent pace.
Feeling pretty confident. I mean, I wish there was a lot more guys in here with us racing, but it's all right. Well, hopefully every race that goes on, hopefully we get our car count up here.
No, just got to spread the word, buddies.
Oh, yeah.
Spread the word like bird.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think me and Alex will put on a little good race up front. I mean, I think it's just a tad bit quicker than me right now. But, I mean, as the race goes on, our tires will wear off, and that's going to be the biggest thing is just tire management. I mean, I'm hoping that we have a good race. That's all that matters. Just have a good race, have a good little race for you guys in the broadcast booth, and go from there.
Yeah, as road racing with the GT4s in iRacing is a whole new dimension. Not a whole lot of guys take to it like some guys take to it, other guys don't. Obviously, we use a sports car setup because it's a sports car. But other than that, the car looks fantastic. You look like you're getting it dialed in, so good luck tonight.
I
Jamie,
appreciate it, guys.
anything you got to add?
Well, from one driver to another driver, I'm just curious here. What are some of the challenges and things that you're fighting on the racetrack itself?
Well, I can tell you right now, the first thing is going to be the heat. I mean, it's going into the braking. The car's just sliding, going up and down the hills. I mean, when your tires are wearing out, the car's just sliding all over the track. So that's gonna be the thing to just kind of control over as the race goes on. Is just kind of make sure the car doesn't get out from underneath you and wreck it out. But I mean, other than that, I haven't felt like I've struggled too much so far. But yeah, it's gonna come down to the heat that's gonna take control of this race.
All right, man. Well, good luck. I hope you can keep the heat under control. I mean, as most people know, Jamie knows a perfect saying for this from one of our favorite movies that we just watched last night. I think it's tires, son, is what wins races.
Absolutely.
All right, man.
Absolutely. Thank you.
I'll keep them down on the ground, and good luck.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you. There we go. We got Zachary Bash up in the virtual paddock. So it's kind of good to see that we're not too far off, Jamie.
No, not at all. And, I think we're going to be in store for a really good show.
Yeah, he's not wrong. Tires get loose. It doesn't want to stick. You've seen me drive a few times, and I've been dabbling in road quite a bit lately, and you see it when I'm having a struggling day. I get frustrated. It's a matter of what driver's going to take that frustration and keep it calm, or what driver's going to let it get the best of them, I should say.
Well, and that's just it. We got an hour-long race, right? So you just got to remain calm, cool, and collected, hit your marks, and, you're going to be there.
This one's going to be pretty interesting. Ace of Spades, why are you not in the race? You should be here, just saying. There's plenty of room. As pit road is fully available, and we made sure there's plenty of pit stops here tonight. Or today. I get the times mixed up. Is it daytime or nighttime around here? Dang it, I'm in the Midwest. We don't have a clue. But I think it's about that time. I got to conduct me a little driver interview. Everybody is allowed to listen in, as I'm also acting as race control here tonight. Or today, whatever you want to call it. All right, drivers, just a few pointers here tonight. I know it's a small field, but we are expecting GT3s after they have a slightly bigger grid. Remember, all self-spins will only bring local cautions only. If you have a multi-car incident, reported over the channels so we can get that called. VSC and safety cars will be turned off. With 20 minutes to go in the session, we'll just continue to roll green. So anything after that mark will have no more safety cars available. You are allotted one fast repair. Unlimited tires here today, as you're probably going to need them. So good luck, have some fun, and good luck to everyone. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. All right, I think they're all good to go. Oh, well, Ace of Spades, how are you going to be able to? You got to get in the seat, buddy. You got to get in there. Just let it rip. Do what you need to. We all have to put that seat time and that work in to get where we're at. No biggie there, buddy. Not everybody can do what these guys do. As they're sitting behind a computer. They're in a sim seat, and I promise you, it might seem like there's air conditioning, but when you got a PC that's blowing out 140 degrees worth of hot air, most of the time right at you, it does not stay cool, as Jamie, I think, already knows also.
Oh, yeah, my computer's right next to me, and it gets warm in there, trust me.
Yeah, I think work. Who needs work these days? It's Saturday. You can take the day off. No, I mean, so these drivers have a big challenge. The sim rigs are not exactly like you're sitting in an air-conditioned office all day. They do get hot, not nearly as hot as probably Kyle Larson and then number 5 in the NASCAR race at Coda, or AJ Allmendinger when he passed out afterwards. Probably not nearly that hot. Obviously, drivers combat it with fans and stuff, but how many of these guys actually hook up a fan right next to the rig? I personally don't.
I do.
So he does, he's still hot, and I don't. I get pretty hot. I usually wipe my face off afterwards, depending on how hot my apartment is. We don't need to know his personal details of his sweating there, Ace. Well, I guess driver number 18's brother, who's the number 18 here today?
Campos.
Campos. I guess Campos is a heavy sweater. His brother's so kind. He just threw his dirty laundry right out there on air. So we are sitting very comfortably here, almost to qualifying. Now, qualifying time, Jamie, how important is that going to be here at Sonoma? I mean, it's a tight course, technical. Where do you want to qualify at?
Well, you know, like we've been saying, the lap times have all been really close. So personally, I don't think where you qualify is going to matter as much, especially with having an hour-long race. It's going to be time over distance. It's what you do on the long haul, not the short run.
Gotcha. So not all qualifying isn't so crucial, but when you look at some of these zones, it looks like some of the zones are just wide open spaces. However, it is deceptive in these cars because the cars are designed for one line. You come into a turn, yeah, you have enough space for 3-4 cars, but when you set up for that next corner, it will bite you in the tail, because if you enter a turn too low, you're going to enter you're going to go through the dirt. Point blank. That car's going to get dirty. And then James is going to have to go do a car wash, and he doesn't even want to do the car wash.
I believe you have a saying for that, don't you?
I do, yes, but we can't do that one yet. Well, it is that time, Jamie. These drivers need 3 famous words. Despite only having 4 drivers here, just saying some guys should have showed up. These guys need 3 famous words for them the points to count.
Ah, yes. Those magical words.
What are the magical words?
Drivers, start your engines!
All right, there we go. It looks like, Alex might have had a technical difficulty or something. I'm not sure what happened with him. So these guys are going to be going green here after a brief little bit here. We're going to see how this pans out for the inaugural running of this. Very first time out here. Drivers do not get scored points if they do not participate, as once I put it out there, it's got to run. See them all set up on pit lane. Qualifying is going to commence next. Don't go anywhere.
Would you read my letter if I had it said? If I wrote you my heart it says, if I wrote you a letter now, would I have a chance? If I wrote you a letter now, would it even be right? If I wrote you a letter now, if I wrote you a letter now.
And we are back here in Sonoma. Qualifying is underway here. We're kind of hoping everybody manages to make it here, as looks like everybody's taking the track now, getting their qualifying run in. As I think Alex might have had some technical difficulties. He's going to try and make it back here. Of course, drivers are giving everything they got to make it in this thing. And, of course, you can't win it if you're not in it. And, you know, that's what a few of these guys have to remember. And, Jamie, by in it to win it, what does that generally mean? Laps? Seat time?
Seat time, laps, and most importantly, being at the racetrack.
Oh, that's right. Something about being at a racetrack. Yeah, I think I can do that. Can I be at the racetrack?
Yes, you can. I could too.
We both could. As everybody is really just kind of getting in there, doing their thing right now to see what they can do. Now, qualifying, you know, as we pointed out, it's not as important to qualify well with a smaller field. Of course, these guys got 1 hour of trying to plan out their pit strategy, because you can still lose a race even with this small of a field, as I've proved multiple times. Looks like Zachary Bash puts it on front row right out the gate. He says, okay, let's do this. Looks like Randy Axner might have a good line going into the final parts of this. He's got that McLaren, and it looks like he's finding some good lines. Not too many actual off tracks, though, from what I'm looking at on my screen. It looks like Campos has got 11, and he's got the most. Zach is only posted 5. So pretty low off-track count. Now, one thing we did not talk about is penalties. Could a penalty hurt?
Oh, yes, depending on the severity of it.
And we are starting to see some of the, in the actual league deal, we're starting to see some of the GT3s posted in coming into this thing, and it is gonna be quite a fun time. They will have to do one pit stop here during the race. They do not have fuel, I believe, to go the distance. There is one mandatory pit stop I forgot to tell everyone about during the race. So there is a mandatory pit stop they will have to do. And these guys right now, these guys are smart. Like, they're going to get a podium finish, and they're not going to have to try if Alex does not show up. So all it's going to be a matter is, hey, we just scored some points. Which is going to be awesome for them, because it gives them a pretty good free pass going into the next round, which is a month away. This is the first Saturday of every month. Watching some of the lines they take, it looks like they're getting a good handle on the hairpins. Oh, I'm not even live anymore. I wonder why Jamie can't really see. There we go. Hopefully you can see what I'm looking at now.
Oh, hey, I can see it.
Now you can see it. We're still working on all the fine details here. I tell you, we're still working on it.
We're going to make the best of it and have a good time doing it.
Yeah, because this is also testing out some stream ideas I've been working on too. So these guys are kind of like guinea pigs right now. They don't even know it. I think you have admin controls, Jamie. You want to try, and we're just going to get it over with, advance the session.
I'm not in the session.
Oh. All right, we're just... Is everybody okay if I advance the session?
I'm okay with it. Yep, I'm good with it. Yeah, I'm good.
All right, guys, I'm going to advance. There we go. Qualifying is over, so they're going to advance the session for those guys. And they're going to go ahead, take the grid for the first time for the GT World Challenge, as it will be on like Donkey Kong for a few of these guys early on. See Campos looking to get gridded up. Axner's getting ready to go. There we go. Get it on my deal here. I got so many cameras, it's insane here. There we go. So leading the way is going to be Zachary Bash. Right alongside him is going to be Randy Axner, followed by Adrian Campos, and then, of course, Brandon Smith, Alex Kublis, which are not in the session. So everybody gets a podium here tonight for the first round, I guess. Not what we were expecting here. I actually expected more drivers signed up, but I guess we'll have to do a little bit of PR work and everything for everybody. We should just throw a curveball at him, Jamie, during the race.
Oh, absolutely.
Here, I'm going to go ahead and let him know. Hey, guys, with this small of a session, grid at the 30-minute mark, we are going to pull out a competition safety car. Just to group you guys back up and maybe see if you guys want to fight it out a little bit more. Okay? Where that sits with the everybody.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Well, they're gonna have to be okay with it because we're just gonna
Give me
do
a
it.
chance to catch up.
Yeah, we're just trying to make sure you guys still have a little bit of fun here. We are going to do some heavy recruiting. If you know friends or whatever, you're just going to have let them know GT4s are happening every first Saturday of every month with this. So if you're Zachary Bash, what do you do on this restart, Jamie, when you're coming to the line?
Well, I would make sure the brakes are good and hot. You got grip in the tires, and then just kind of hang on and wait for it to single file out.
Yeah, you know, it looks like these guys are already kind of just giving each other space. They're actually doing a really good job of giving enough space to weave them. do what they need to make sure that Haas there. I'm seeing a little bit of smoke come out of that McLaren. I don't know if that's a problem or what, but I think guys were scared of Sonoma. I think Sonoma actually offers that, hey, I get scared of it.
Well, it definitely poses some challenges because, you know, you got a lot of up and down hills, some flying corners, and you know, you can't see that far up the road. And I think that's, you know, what some of maybe the concern might be for the field.
Yeah, I know when you hear, I know you've listened in a few times, and you know I kind of tend to not like the blind corners myself. But once you memorize it, it's all about muscle memory. That's why we stress a few drivers throughout the week, month, even for getting ready for this thing. Put in the lap times, get in that rhythm, learn the track a little bit. Of course, the next race these guys do is going to be slightly easier, in my educated opinion about this, because the next race they travel Dakota. Not so technical. After that, Sebring, still not as technical as this one. Road Atlanta, a little bit more technical. Road America, Barber Motorsports Park is going to offer a challenge, and then you go to Indy. So, I mean, the season is definitely going to move forward, and we will be crowning a champion at the end of it. How many drivers wind up in it at the end, that's beyond me. As long as the guys are out there having some fun week in and week out, I'm sure that's all they care about. And here we go. Pace car is off. They're going to get it into the green flag flies. They are clear to go. They can't go tell a green flag either, so it's a waiting game here. And here we go. Green flag flies, and we are racing here for the first time in Sonoma. Bash gets it into the corner. Check this out. Campos comes through. Campos gets the pass. Doug gets into the turn. He's going to try and apply some pressure. Doesn't have the exit, and it looks like Axner has the McLaren right behind. Looking to take advantage of some mistakes here. Zachary Bash, of course, out in front with Campos chasing him down. And there's, oh my, Axner with a bad entrance into the corner. Gets it resettled. Right out the gate, Axner finds himself really losing a lot of time. Bash is absolutely out front. He's flying at this point. Now, off the hand, when you see Axner, Jamie, are you able to see maybe what's going on with that car?
It looks to me like he's just being very cautious the first couple of laps. He's building heat in the tires. I think, you know, once, you know, he gets a few laps underneath him, he's going to get back up there and be able to run with these guys.
Yeah, it looks like he fell back pretty good. 1.93 gap already to Campos. And Campos, of course, made the early on moves right out the gate.
Well, back a few corners ago, I mean, he did have a real slow entry into the corner, like he was being a little conservative. I did see a small amount of brake lockup, so that could be contributing.
I did not catch the brake lockup. Well, yeah, it looks like Bash is clearly out in front. He's roaring. Campos trying to chase him down in the number 18 machine. Ooh, Campos off track. That's not going to do very well for him. Axner kind of takes that to his advantage and picks up some time on him. And now they're absolutely having to fly, so everybody gets a podium today. It's kind of like a really good award if you can get that to start the season. Got Bash, Campos, and Axner still battling it out a little bit. About a 2-second gap between them, and Bash is already starting to separate himself. out early, 4.5 seconds. He is not losing any steam. He is absolutely out front, in control of this one. Davey, keep these guys entertained while I go shut a room door real quick and everything else. All right, I'm back. What'd I miss? Yeah, Jamie, no, they did. Barber is still going on the schedule. Oh. Well, here we go. Zach is still on the attack. 4.6 seconds to gap. Campos right behind him, trying to maybe close that. It's about a 4-second gap between all the drivers now. I don't know where these guys can really get an advantage at, unless somebody's really finding a new line that just works for them. As maybe Jamie could tell us maybe when they can get the edge on this one. Is there any way these guys can get an advantage to gain? Or is it just being smooth?
Hey, well, you're going to have to be smooth, steady, you know, get into the brake zones. I mean, there are some pretty good brake zones here where it uses a fair amount of brake. So, you know, you want to just keep the car, you know, smooth.
Yes, and you know, as you're playing spotter, you know, what would you be telling your driver if he's sitting there just behind by 10 seconds? Behind the leader, I should say, by 10.
Well, you know, usually when I'm up on the roof and I'm spotting, you know, I tend to tell my driver, you know, just to get in a groove that you're comfortable with, find your pace, and you know, find what works for you, because it's a long race. You know, we have an hour, so there's no real urgency to push it, but you still need to have some sort of pace in the car so you don't get too far behind too early.
Oh yeah, these guys are obviously they're starting to develop the pace early on. It's being great to see these guys. You know, and as these guys are here getting ready, you know, we know already that the GT3 field behind everything already is starting to get warmed up. We know those guys are coming on board, and GT3 arguably on iRacing is becoming a very fast growing, just because of it's difficult, but it's not overly difficult.
Well, right, and you know, one of the things too, you know, is we know GT3 is coming up shortly after this, right? So I can't speak for everybody, but I know myself, if I knew I was going to go out there and race the GT3 race after this, I would be watching this race right now to see what's going to unfold, how the cars are going to kind of react. You know, there are differences between a GT4 and a GT3, but it's going to give you a good read on things, on where you're going to be as the race progresses.
Yeah, that or the other part that I know, like, you know, we got one guy here, already posted his livery. He's expected to be, a few guys already expected it. Corey Schwartzer from the road, the Xfinity Series. He is going to be in the deal for Venom Motorsport, or Venom Racing is coming in here. We know that Zachary Bash, of course, he's using this for showtime. He's like, oh, hey, I'm going to get some practice.
Well, you know, that's a good thing too. I mean, drivers, you know, can run both classes, and, you know, extra seat time, you know, like I tell people, you can't buy laps. So the more laps you put in, you know, the better you're going to be. And he's going to already have an X amount of laps already up on the competition when we get back with the GT3s.
Oh, you can't buy laps. You just got to rent the track. No, really, you could actually rent the track, which is an insane amount of money, but you can rent it.
Right. Well, the point is it's time in the seat, right?
Oh, yeah.
The more time you got in the seat, the better you're going to be.
And then, of course, we got after this one, we're expecting to see Brandon Perry bringing his machine out. We're expecting to see more drivers in the GT3, and that's just because more commonly than not, GT3 is actually more popular than GT4 just because it's a faster car altogether. I dare say it's a little bit more pleasant to drive too at times.
Yeah, the GT3s, from everything that I've seen and I've watched with you, they definitely are more solid. They have a better foundation. They're a little bit softer on the equipment than maybe a GT4.
Yeah, and of course, everybody coming up, we got some. After this race, we got the GT3s, and of course, Monday night you won't want to miss that either, as Prime Grid Racing F1 is back again with the Williams FW31, and it is going to be a delight. I believe these guys are going to be traveling to a new deal. We'll talk about everything we got going on here at the network here. They're traveling to Brazil, Interlagos, for one hell of a show there. And then to top it off, Wednesday night, they got Cup action back as the points race is tighter than ever in their Cup series. They're traveling to Old Atlanta. Then, of course, Xfinity Series is back next week with, we're traveling to, looks like Iowa with BRL here. So, everything is going on. Now, next time these guys go live with GT4s, is going to be a little bit. It's going to be a minute and a half. It's going to be a minute. April 4th, these guys come to Coda. And Jamie Pugh knows why that day is going to be amazing, is because we're not going to do just one race. We're not going to do just two. That's right, we're doing 3. The first ever triple header on network history is coming on board with the ARCAs, and nobody's going to want to miss that race, because I am sure there's a few drivers in there that will want to prove their merits and throw it down.
Yes, April 4th is going to be a long day, a lot of exciting racing across multiple different classes of cars, tracks. It's a day you definitely don't want to miss.
Nope, in fact, that's probably the busiest day for network, because I'll be live for I'll be live for about 9 hours that day. So my throat will be absolutely obliterated, on top of me screaming at Jamie Friday for doing a bad pit strat call.
I did not do anything.
Dude, you did me dirty in that late model race, and you know it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And in the modified, you know what you did. Yes.
It's all in the name of fun.
Yes, some of us do some just hosted fun stuff, and Jamie beat me in a modified by racing dirty. He bumped me, and he knows it. I hold all sorts of grudges. He knows this. As we're watching this, though, it looks like Zachary Bash really got a grip. He's got a monster lead at this point. 10.8 to the leader, 15.3 to Axner. So Campos and Axner. Now, it looks like Axner's starting to get to grips on that McLaren. He's actually smoothing it out. He's just getting it in there. And a few of these guys are utilizing every ounce of track that they can. But what I'm seeing out of some is not going wide enough on some of these turns to really widen out that corner, which they will definitely need to do at one point. He's got to get it out to the wall. There he gets a nice wide corner, which really gives him a good exit. But he doesn't hold it up there too long. I feel like he might have a problem with the line that he's taken at one point. Might have to go on board. This right now is what Zachary Bash is looking at. He's out in front, just being smooth, just trying to keep it collected. And as the time goes on, he gets settled in and just makes it stick. Not seeing any incidents out of this, which is great. You hear the V8 power out of the Mustang. Just a very, very well done machine. Of course, there is what Axter is looking at. He's trying to chase down Campos. He is utilizing everything he knows. And he is starting to make up some time on him. So there should be a little bit of racing out of those two here in just a few, as that gap is 1.6 and closing. Axter has the groove going. Very, very interesting to see where this one goes. As you're watching this, Jamie, do you see like drivers starting to get that rhythm this far in?
Yeah, it's definitely starting to show where, you know, guys have figured out where they can make up a little bit of time, where they can, as we see a little bit of a mistake right there.
Oh, double
we got
mistake.
one off track.
That is not a... Oh, there he goes. Looks like he gets it. There it goes. He figured out the gears. But let's go back and take a look and see what happened to Campos. So he's coming around this corner here. Looks like he enters nice and low here, but oh my, too wide on the exit. That's what we're talking about. Bad entrance leads to bad exit, and as that went on, it looks like he just loses it. He's already up into the dirt. Round he went. Of course, the Axter pays attention. Campos saves the car, and his spotter's got to actually be happy about that one.
Now, this is where, you know, you just kind of settle in, you regroup, and you get back after it. I mean, he knows he's got a good car, a fast car. Just settle in, regroup, and he'll be just fine.
Oh, yes. They're only 16 minutes in. They're coming up on a point, 30 minutes. Obviously, Zachary Bash knows it's coming. He knows, he's probably being watchful of that. He knows that, oh, hey, they're going to be pulling out a comp caution. We know what's going to happen here. So what's he going to have to do? He's really just going to have to just even it out and just drive, really. Randy Axter, of course, took advantage of Campos' mistake back here, as it looks like Campos is back. He's got the Mustang screaming again. So for him, he's got to be happy about this one, but at the same time, he's got to be just on edge, thinking, okay, I know how I made the mistake. Now how do I fix it? Which we all know I've said to myself 1,000 times, right, Jamie?
At least once a race.
No, not once a race. Just Phoenix this on Friday night at midnight.
Yeah, we're just not going to talk about that.
Yeah, Garrett, well, we expected more to show up, and it is the GT World. It's the first Saturday of every month. So GT4s are going first, then GT3s are next. We are expecting more for GT3s. But you can sign up. Hello. Guys are getting settled in, though, as Bash is out in front. He's just loving this. These guys are using it for getting ready for the next race, I think. I'm almost certain all three of these guys are going to be in the GT3s. Almost certain on it. But the good news for them is they get a little bit of a break. It does look like these guys are starting to really get the grips on Sonoma. This is, for these guys having this open of a deal, honestly, it's like practice. As I'm pretty certain all three of these guys are going to be in there. We are expecting a few other drivers to be registering into the GT3s, and we've been watching some of the liveries come out of it for the GT3s, and they're amazing. So I can't wait to see those cars break the track. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take a brief break from the network here. Everybody grab some popcorn and everything. We got just about 10 minutes here till we go ahead and regroup these guys so they can try and maybe race it out, get a free pit stop in so they get their tires changed out and everything. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. All right, we are off and away here. Yeah, definitely. Zachary Bash is definitely out there on a Sunday drive. He's probably got his hand out the window, cell phone in his hand. Maybe he's got his girl sitting next to him with an arm around her or something like that. He's definitely in a whole different deal. But at the same time, that's when it can get a little bit sketchy, because you might be thinking, oh, hey, I got this in the bag and everything else. Meanwhile, Axers is sitting back here waiting for you to make that mistake. Well, if Bash happens to crash that car, he's taking a tow, and that tow can be anywhere from 2 to 3 minutes of time. And then there he goes. And look at this. Campos is coming down. This is interesting, Jamie. Can you tell the fans why this would be interesting?
Well, it seems as though we know that we have to have one mandatory pit stop, right? And with that, he knows that there is a competition yellow coming out, so maybe he's trying to flip the script, get his tires done early instead of doing it under the yellow flag, and he'll jump the field, so to speak.
Yeah, so this is going to be an interesting game here with the strat. I don't know if Bash intended on doing that. Bash is not coming down pit road. Campos is still on pit road. This might have just worked out in Bash's favor, as Campos is still in the pit. The pit crew is, look at them, they're just standing there by the toolbox. Get those guys, get out there, buddies. Go on, get out there. If I was that crew chief, I'd be angry. You see those guys standing there who are doing a dang thing. As we're watching this now, Campos is a lap down. It's all right. We're going to give him his lap back anyway. He doesn't even know it. As we got to do a lucky dog. So Campos just went a lap down. I don't know if it was something to do. Maybe he had a tire issue, which I'm not entirely sure is possible, but I mean, it is possible. Is it possibly going to puncture, Jamie?
It is possible to blow a tire, as we've seen it happen before. Maybe not so much on the roadside, but well, exactly. But we're not driving the car. We're not really sure what he's feeling or fighting inside of that race car. He just might have, worn the tires too much that he didn't like it and maybe wanted a new set of tires.
Yeah, once these guys are done, I mean, these guys at this point, they're going to have a very good understanding of this track, as I'm pretty confident all three of these drivers are going to be entering the GT3 session, which is not that far off. It happens an hour after this race for the GT3s to take the track, because let's face it, we can't fit that many. We can't. Track wouldn't allow us to bring both cars on the track at the same time. But now they have to battle this one out, and I'm really concerned for a few of these guys, as Zachary Bash, Randy Axner, and Campos pulled a smart move, I think. I think he pulled the one trick that is the golden ticket, as he might have just flipped the script just the right way, because it's one thing to get out in front, it's another thing to pass. And here at Sonoma, I don't think it's that easy to pass. You got any thoughts on that, Jamie?
It is tough to pass here, and one of the things too is you got to set them up, and you got to be very patient and wait for the right spot. And there's only 2 or 3 real passing zones, so it's a smart strat call. It really is.
Yeah, I think he might have risked it to get the biscuit, but in the right way, because You know, with this small of a grid, obviously we're going to wave him around so he can get us on the same lap because, well, let's face it, that's just, it's sim racing. It don't matter at that point. You shouldn't have to make his whole day a struggle. But at the same time, it's within reason. And he is currently getting scored a lap down. And we are coming up on the competition caution time. So he's probably sitting there thinking, all I got to do is just stay out in front of these guys, not to go another lap down, and I'm good to go. Oh, my. All right, I guess he gets a little bit of fender deflection there. I guess it bounced back into place. iRacing glitches, you gotta love them. He made the hard contact with the wall, but it looked like the fender bounced back into place. And oh, Randy Axter's coming down pit road now. Okay, so this is very interesting as Zachary Bash is still out in front, but Zachary's going to have... This is getting really interesting. Now, two cars are on the undercut strategy. I got to keep an eye on that car because I can't pull the caution until he's out. Or can I? Jamie?
Well, he's already in the pit, so I mean, it's not going to hinder him.
I hope not. So, as we are coming up on that time here in about 10 seconds, hopefully get... His guys are standing around there by the toolbox too. They're just standing there. They're like, oh, hey, guess what? Axter gets out, and Zachary
look
Bash
at this.
goes across. And guess what?
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
He might have just pulled the strat to go ahead and do this.
Exactly. This is what I'm about to say. Is like, this is very smart. You know, he got out in front of the leader. He's already got his tires. Now the comp yellow's coming out. Bash still has to pit for his tires. You know, this is smart. This is really smart on some of these drivers.
Just gotta let me know when they catch up to the pace car here. Drivers, just go ahead, get caught up to the pace car. It was a comp caution. We're kind of keeping an eye out for who's behind it. Looks like Zachary Bash is sitting behind that. His pit is going to open up, and it looks like everybody's kind of catching up now. Not seeing Randy starting to really catch up just yet. It does look like Zachary Bash is going to be bringing it down the pit road there. He's got to hide something so I can see where I'm clicking here. It's like Campos was a lap down. I waved Campos around just to get him back on the lead lap. Just to keep you guys having some fun. So as these guys get restacked, re-racked, everybody's kind of catching up to one another. It looks like Zachary's still back behind that BMW safety car. Kind of watching the gaps to see where they're sitting at to make sure they're catching up. everybody should be able to catch up, I think. As long as they go full throttle. As I don't have that button to extend the caution. Looks like looks like Axner and Campos are just going to have to go flat out to catch up to that pace car. Kind of watching all the gaps, and it looks like Zachary Bash is going to go catch up next. As I'll have to go to the track map here. I do apologize for everybody in the stands right now that haven't put up with me doing race control, but honestly, we couldn't find anybody, so we're just kind of checking base, and it looks like the other two are starting to tighten up. At least I hope they're going to.
Well, with that being said, and we're under yellow with the comp yellow here, Brandon. What do you anticipate to see for the second half of this race?
You know, I honestly anticipate Bass to kind of stay reserved a little bit, unless he can get out in front of Axner early before turn 1. After that, I would anticipate that he's going to try and maybe sit back, be a little bit patient, not burn it up, because you got to remember that safety car is going to shut down basically after this competition yellow. So there's not going to be a safety car allotment. So I mean, if you screw up, you're in trouble. So he's going to have to just remain really cool, calm, collected the whole time, and hope that he does not make a devastating mistake that's going to absolutely cost him. And there it is. It looks like Campos did catch up, back on the lead lap as he got the wave around. We gave him a lucky dog. Usually you wouldn't see a lucky dog, but hey, here at Blackout, we just do random stuff and hope it works. But you got all three cars there. Axner, obviously, early on, he struggled a little bit. He was really reserved, but now his tires are hot. He's able to go to town right out the gate. So it's going to be maybe between Bash and Axner for this finish.
Now, what do you anticipate out of Bash? You know, he had a big lead. He's been up front the entire time. Now he's got traffic. Now he's got a car in front of him. He hasn't seen that all day. So what do you think is going to happen with that?
Oh, full-on Daniel Ricciardo push. He's gonna late break into turn 1. If I were him, that's what I would do personally. But I'm not him. But here at Sonoma, if you late break, it's going to cost you. We're coming to 1 degree, everybody. Don't go anywhere. Game on right after they cross the, come to the checkered green flag once again. Don't go anywhere.
Move your body, feel the flow, do your moves. Do the moves, let it show, feel the rhythm, take control, grow the beat,
Move your body. body.
As they come to the line one more time, it is ding round 2 and the finish of the GT4 start of the World Challenge. Here we go. Green flag flies, and we are racing once again here at Sonoma. And Axner gets a jump on it. He tears through there. And check out Campos. Campos gets through. Campos and Bash are right behind Axner, and Axner now has the lead. So what a difference has changed here. This race has just got flipped on its lid just from a simple caution, and here we Campos hard on the brakes. Campos looking to go after the lead. And Axner defends. That is the smart defense of him. Just hold his line. Jamie, we did not expect the flip. I dare say I did not see this coming to where Axner, Campos, now Bash is just riding in the back there a little bit. And now Axner's out in front.
Well, it's like I said, it's, you know, Bash has been out front the entire time. We really didn't know what was going to happen when he got mired back in traffic. And it, you know, it's almost like, you know, the NASCAR side of things where there's a little bit of dirty air. Maybe the car is not reacting as well as it did when it was up front.
Yes, now it is definitely flipped on its lid, and Campos is chasing him. He is pushing that GT4 to the limit, trying to catch up to Axner. You got to remember, both Campos and Axner pit under green. Very smart on their end, because then when it came to the time to go catch up to the pace car, they had to do nothing but push the car anyway. So their tires got hot. And now, oh my dude, oh, big trouble. Randy Axner, he's in the dirt, and that allows Bash to come through. Campos takes over the lead. And just like that, Axner, he did lead a lap, so kudos on that. He led a lap, so everybody has led a lap in this race except for Campos, I believe. And now Campos is going for it, the driver out of Mexico. You know what? I got to give him credit. He's doing a great job just staying out in front at this point. Just run your line, run your race, and you're going to be all right. We'll have seen all three drivers lead a lap, which is great. And so that's always fun. As even I lead laps, and Jamie knows this. When I'm out in front, I go crazy. I'm just like, yeah, I'm leaving. Stay out of my way. So that could be what Campos is saying right now. Just get out of my way and let me drive. As he's looking very smooth now that he's got it dialed in. You still there, JB? Or you dead, Mount?
Oh yeah, I'm still here.
We're gonna have to go get the Jamaican bobsled team to push you around.
Now that sounds like fun.
Cool runnings. Campos is out in front and in full command of that Mustang. It's driving, looks like he's driving it better than ever right now, as he looks like he's got a full on just game on with it. It looks completely settled. He looks like he's got it on the limit, but not over.
But don't look now. Bash is coming. You know, he's not too quick, but he is definitely starting to chew into that lead a little bit at a time.
Yes. Looks like his tires might finally be warm. And now he's gonna. This is where Bash has excelled all race. When the tires are hot, he is game on. He's been very smooth, whereas Campos himself has not been as smooth. But late in the race, him being the way the car looking as it is, as a spotter, Jamie, you know that when you see the car performing like it is right now, you're like, yes, that's what we want.
Yep, and I also know too, especially after a restart, you settle in. You got to get what you can get while you can get it, because he stays out there too long and lets him get too far away. You know, he's not going to be able to run him back down. So he's got to get there now and make the pass. But it's not going to be an easy pass.
No, it's not. As we're seeing about a minute 46, minute 47 lap times. Of course, Bash 1 second faster than Campos. Campos is in full defense. Is he able to defend here into the hairpin? He does. He gets the controlling line. Bash goes at it the hard way, and it does not. Campos holds it just by running the race line. Campos might be seeing it settle in now where, hey, he has a shot to win this thing if he can be smooth and calm and collected. And, Campos gets tight and Bash comes through. That is what Bash has been waiting for, is the mistake. As that bit him, it looked like the car just tightened up. And, I mean, that is kind of where we're at with it.
Looks like, Campos was looking out the rear view and seeing Bash looming large and just made a mistake.
Yeah, looks, but trouble for this McLaren of Randy Axner. Axner has slowed down. He's not running nearly the lap times he did, but until this last lap that he just posted, 2 seconds faster than the leaders. So can Axner get there? We know he's quick, but there's a difference. I think I just explained this last night there, Jamie, is on my stream last night, or a couple nights ago. If anybody was watching the deal, there's a difference between being quick and being fast, and that is, Jamie, you can explain it.
Well, you have to be consistent with it, right? And you got to be able to run the car smooth. I mean, if you start pushing too hard, that's when more mistakes happen. He does have a fast car, but he's also 13 seconds back, so he's got to be methodical about it. If he starts pushing his car too hard, he's going to overwork the car, use up his equipment, burn up the tires quicker, and then he won't get back there.
Yeah, but that's not the difference between quick and fast. You ready for this? Jamie, you can tell me if I'm wrong, which I don't think I am. Quick, you're quick out the gate. Yeah, I mean, let's face it. 1-2 laps, you're quick, you're blazing fast, great. After that, you're just used up equipment. Fast is the entire run on point, running the same lap time, lap in, lap out, and on point the whole time. That would be the difference.
Well, as most people would say, you can hot lap it. You're fast for a little bit, but like I said, you burn your stuff up and then you eliminate your entire chance.
Yeah, that's what I mean by just being quick. Quick guys burn up their shit. Fast guys get it done. Just saying. That's the difference. And, you know, Jamie, you spotted for the Daytona 24 on the blackout end. You know that I was in the car. And as a spotter, I know you've seen the one thing that all spotters pay attention to, and that was lap times. You know, how consistent do you got to be to, what's it like to just see a driver when he's holding lap times right around the same area?
Well, you know, when they're running consistent lap times, you know, everything's going good. The car's got a decent amount of pace in it, you know, because it does take some finesse to run consistent lap times, lap after lap after lap, especially on a big road course like this.
Yeah, you know, you see it all the time in road racing itself. For instance, F1 drivers can dial in their setups, hold the same lap time for nearly every single lap of the race, and they know exactly when the fall off is and when it's not going to fall off, and they maintain, they actually have a race pace they're expected to run the whole time between all the different teams. It's similar in GT4s and GT3s. Now, they got a race pace, which they're trying to run consistently because they know that's the pace that's not going to burn up their tires. They burn up the tires too quick, you're going to the pit a lot more than normal. You burn them up. If you don't use them, then you're just wasting tires because obviously why would you even change them at that point? So it's really developing the keen sense of just hitting. You know the drivers that are hitting the same break points and consistency of every lap just by what their lap times are. If they're maintaining a lap time all the way from 145 to 149, obviously they're not being consistent. But if they're going 145, 145, 145, 145, and only falling off 0.2, you got a driver who's completely dialed in.
Right, and it's kind of like the PGR F1 side of things, where you have guys like Tarcisio Conover and Taylor Toller, where they have their race pace, and they know how far they can push it without tearing up their equipment, and you know they can just be meticulous about it. You know, maybe it's back up an entry point here, drive it a little further there.
Yeah, it's even in all road course racing, I feel like that's the biggest aspect. It doesn't matter which one you have. You can have a 1974 Pinto and a big bad mama sitting in the driver's seat racing her butt off. If you're gonna smoke the tires off either one, no matter how you do it. If you're putting obviously you don't want to put a Pinto on a road course, but you can, if you're running the same lap times every single lap, it's gonna be a good night. Especially if it happens to be a pole sitting lap time. Which it looks like Bash has really got that thing dialed in now. He's flying. That Echelon Motorsport number 11 is absolutely on rails right now. As we're watching his lap times, he's at 1:45.78. Meanwhile, Campos back here in that Mustang, a 1:46.72. He's got Axner right there. Axner's got it dialed in now. His last lap time, 1:46.08, 2 seconds faster and faster than the leader. So Axner's coming back in this fight with 7 minutes, 22 seconds to go. That's about the equivalent of maybe 4 laps. Bash better not make a mistake. If he makes a mistake, it's going to cost him big time, as I think the drivers lose about 5 to 6 seconds just on trying to re-enter on the track just from an off track here. Not seeing any mistakes out of the guys. Everybody's kind of dialed in. They're not beating up their stuff. Of course, Bash is just trying to get this one done. He's probably thinking, hey, don't miss a break point, don't miss a break point, because these guys did not bring out the oversized lawnmower tonight. I didn't see a lawnmower today, did you?
Not here, no.
No, we did not see a 300 to 400 horsepower lawnmower here at Sonoma yet. However, stay tuned because after the race, in about a 1 hour time period after the race, we will be bringing out the GT3s, and you will not want to miss that, as we know there's a few drivers that are getting set to go to town with them. One of them by the name of Gabriel Garcia, and he is happened to be loading up right now with his Porsche. We happen to know that Corey Schwartzer and Brandon Perry from the F1 side of things over at Prime Grid Racing are coming on board, along with Jesse Erdman and a few others. So you will not want to miss the GT3s in action after this race, which is going to be about 1 hour afterwards. And that is where these guys, if they enter that race, they're already going to know the track. So they should be good to go. In fact, they might be actually be tired of it. And now Campos is in definite trouble. Axner on a hard push late into the game. 5:15 left. The white flag is not out just yet. Axner looks to make a pass. I've been there. Hang on tight, Axner. You're going to have to you can't bump and run in this league. You can't bump and run in road courses that I'm aware of. As we are watching the battle unfold between Campos and Axner, I'm waiting to see if there's any actual contact between them. As if we see the contact, obviously Axner would have to give up the position. They stay clean, and this is where Campos is really hard to pass. Oh, it looks like Axner gets it. I think. Do you feel like Campos might have just let him have that?
No, I mean, from what it looked like, they were battling hard, and he just went just a little bit wide in that one corner and just allowed Axner to slip through.
Oh, gotcha. So, plus he didn't have a good. You got to have the right line going into that corner. I mean, if you're entering low and it's a very wide turn, I mean, you might have a shot at it, but ultimately you want to enter at the right spot, which these guys all day long have been doing a really great job of just keeping it under control. I really will not. I have not seen a single race incident here tonight.
No, it's been very clean. But as we look at Campos here, it looks like he's starting to get loose on exit.
Oh yeah, he might be struggling a little bit as. Oh my, and Axner makes a mistake. Campos looks to take advantage. Can't get it done. Could not capitalize. They are grabbing every ounce of the curb they can with those GT4s. It's great to actually see this one. The battle at the back, 3 minutes left, and it is on. There is nobody with an advantage right now. Axner knows he's got to keep it under control, as the McLaren and the Mustang are running two different lines, it looks like. In fact, I think they are actually running two different lines. Campos might be on what might not be the correct racing line.
He may not have the preferred line, but he is also keeping pace with Axner here. It'll be exciting to see if he can catch back up to him and if they can battle again.
Yeah, looks like Campos might have backed off a little bit, as he might have burned up the front tires a little bit trying to catch Axner late in the game. Of course, we're not seeing the white flag out just yet, as we've seen Barney up there. He's not waving it yet. So shout out to all the fans that stayed on board for this wild ride. I'm glad everybody's on board. If you guys want to see more of these guys race, hit that sub button, hit that like button. It does not bite very hard, as we do. The network does bring a very wide variety of racing, anywhere from NASCAR to GT4 to GT3 to Xfinity or O'Reilly's to ARCA, all coming on board, and are working on a little other option coming on board here in the near future, as I'm constantly coming up with new ideas, including might be having some others. Well, we got stuff in the works here at the network, or that we're on board with for other leagues. Bash is out in front now. 59 seconds. This should bring out the white flag, which I know he's been waiting for. He's out in front. He's like, please let this be over already, because I don't know what those other two got. The other two in the back, Axner and Campos, battling it out. Oh my. Campos lost a lot of time on the last one. I just seen it where he lost the rear a little bit. We're at the 30-second mark. When he crossed the line, it might be white flag. It is not white flag. They got couple more laps to go here. As long as Bash doesn't screw up, he could be staring right at the face of a win here to open up the GT World and give him the advantage. So you got to remember, if other guys jump in, they're not going to have that race win to their advantage. Points-wise, Jamie, how good of a day would this be?
Oh, this would be huge to open up the season, get a win. You know, it's going to feel good, especially knowing that you got a month break in between this one and the next one.
Yeah, you'll also be able to go. If you don't get a chance to catch this, I mean, these guys also know at the end of the night, they get their car posted on the Blackout Racing Network Facebook page. Look it up. As Jamie's already on it, as he pays attention, I do some cool stuff there for drivers to be able to check base on. And drivers should feel good here tonight, as every driver led a lap. So, you know, you get to lead a lap is a good day all the way. And this will bring out the white flag this time by. As Bash is going to come across the start-finish line. Oh, okay, I guess no white flag. Just go straight to checkered flag. All right. I see something I'm going to have to fix now there, Jamie. As Zachary Bash gets the win here. Gets the win here in Sonoma. We're going to go ahead and bring him on up here real quick here and see how he feels after this win. Zach Attack.
What is going on, guys?
Man, you got the dub. What a day for you. That thing looked like
Good
it was
race.
unreal. How did this one feel for you?
Well, we started off strong, got a big lead before the competition caution halfway. And I seen
good race,
Axner and Campos. They went to the pits, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna stay out. So I came in, restarted second. I fell back because I knew they already had their tires were warmed up, so I just let my tires warm up for about a lap or two, and then I just went balls to the wall.
All right, well, you did it. You got the win here. We know you're probably already preparing for GT3. Any shout outs you got? Any shout outs you got to do for this win here today?
Yeah, I got to give a shout out to all my Echelon SimSport teammates over at Echelon. Give a shout out to all my family and friends and my crew for bringing us here to Sonoma Raceway. Thanks for you guys for putting on the league and broadcasting as well. And other than that, I appreciate you guys and can't wait to see you in the next race.
You should tell those Echelon boys to come on over and do some racing.
Yeah, well, my teammates are a little bit faster than I am, so.
As long as they're under 3,500 IR, they're good to go.
Some of them are a little higher than that.
All right. Well,
hey, well, I appreciate you guys.
Well, great job here tonight, Zach. I'll get you up there because I know you're getting ready for GT3's next. And congrats on a big win here at Sonoma.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you. There we go. We got Zach out of here. Jamie, any last words for the fans in the stands here?
Well, I'll tell you what, we saw an incredible GT4 race, and I'm so excited and cannot wait to see what the GT3s bring. I think it's going to be just as exciting with more on the line. We're going to have more guys out there. You know, it is going to be just an incredible next race, and I hope everybody stays tuned. It comes back because it's about to get good.
All right. Well, Jamie, I'm going to get you out of here and close out the stream. Thank you for coming on board here for this one. I'll bring you on board for the next one also, as you're hired. I'll be talking to you in a bit.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. So Jamie Pugh on board. Debut day for him being the co-commentator here at the network. For everybody out there watching, if you like what you see and want to see more of this style racing, hit that like button, hit that sub button. Also, stay tuned. 1 hour away, GT3's in action, and you will not want to miss this. They're coming right back here to Sonoma for round 2 of the GT World Challenge, and you won't want to miss that one as there's more expected yet. I'll catch you guys later. I'm out of here.
How can I forget you? Skin to skin, I bet you are feeling just the way I do. Vibing on the dance floor, show me your intention. I like it when you fall